to engage in a teacher's march. And so we agreed, after they signed their names to a petition, that we were going to march as a teacher group. And so on January 22nd, we met at Clark Elementary School here, which was the school where I attended the first grade through the sixth grade. We met upstairs, and we marched up a file. My partner was my 10th, 11th, and 12th grade science teacher. His name was Mr. A.J. Durgan. He was the incoming president of the Selma City Teachers Association. And we led that march, teachers, for the first time in the United States, coming down the steps of Clark Elementary School, down Lawn Street, down to Alabama Avenue, down to the courthouse. Teachers, for the first time. Getting down to the county courthouse, that was standing next to the steps, the superintendent of education, the chairman of the board of education, to persuade me, because I was a teacher, to take the teachers back to the school because we had made a point, and that no longer should we try to pursue that right from that particular point. And I told them we had a right to be at the county courthouse. It was our courthouse. We were not backing down from our right to be there. And I asked the superintendent and the chairman of the board, who signed my check, to step aside. We went up those steps. Jim Clark had his deputies across the door, and he indicated that we were trying to make a mockery out of his courthouse. And we indicated to him that that was our courthouse also. He gave us 1 minute to move off of those steps. At the expiration of that minute, he took the billy club and jabbed us down the steps on the sidewalk. And my partner, Mr. A.J. Durgan, who, as I said, was my teacher, he was not quite used to that stuff like I was. And he asked me on the ground, he said, "What shall we do?" I said, "We are going back." He said, Yeah. And so we went back the second time. We jabbed down the steps after a minute, and he asked me the same question. I gave him the same answer, and he gave me the same response. The third time, when I really was trying to get all the teachers arrested, because teachers were not aware of the tremendous influence. They were the largest black professional group here in Dallas County. And so after going back the third time, he said, "If you don't go up these steps," Jim Clark said, "we're going to arrest you." I said to myself, "Exactly what I want you to do." And so at about 45 seconds before that minute expired, someone on the inside of the courthouse came and pulled him on the inside of the courthouse door and said, I didn't go in there with him, but I can imagine what they told him. "For goodness sake, don't arrest those teachers."
All right. Welcome to Language. Appreciate you joining us. It's another great show lined up for everybody. We got to say we are on YouTube. We're going to keep stressing that so everyone can go to YouTube. We appreciate everybody that's been subscribing and hitting the notification bell. So we want everybody to keep staying in YouTube. There we go. I'll just make sure. Okay, everybody keep going to the YouTube, checking us out there. You can see the full show from there. Everybody on all the other platforms, we still appreciate y'all joining in, but we really appreciate it if you go to YouTube and join us from there. We have a great show today. If you don't know who we are, MJ Reese and Alan Reese, we are the grandsons of the Reverend Dr. Frederick D. Reese. He was the leader of the movement in Selma, Alabama in the 1950s and 60s. 70s, 80s, 90s, all the way up to his demise in 2018. We are the grandsons of him. We are honored to be that, and this percentage of the way that we are trying to keep his legacy going forward by telling his story and applying it to our lives, and sharing his story with you, and maybe you can apply to this. And the FD Reese story is always something you can pick from his life to apply it to you, just to be honest. My brother always say on our tour he was fatherless, so and he was raised with 2 sisters, and so don't let all my fellas out there, don't let, even if your father's not in your life, man, don't let that stop you from being great. And if you want to see an example, then it's none other than Reverend Dr. FD Reese. Shout out, we just had a great meeting over the weekend. Well, not over the weekend, during the week. Was the National Historic Trail, man. We really appreciate them coming to the house in Selma, Alabama. And we look forward to doing some great work with those people. Let me see. Get the book, Selma Self-Sacrifice. Y'all know me. I try to handle all the bills before we get into it. Get the book, Selma Self-Sacrifice. It is on Amazon right now. Get the apparel on historyonapparel.com. If you want to donate to the foundation, fdreesefoundation.org. So I had to get all of that out of the way because you know that really helps us. Today, we called it 100 to 2,000. And I put keep working. You know what? I need to edit that. I put keep working, but I got a P right there. I'm somewhat of a stickler when it comes to that. But from 100 to 2,000, keep working. I know y'all trying to see what does that mean from 100 to 2,000. I'll let my brother chime on that. What does 100 to 2,000 mean while I get this together?
Okay, what 100 to 2,000 means is the Dallas County Voters League, and my brother iterated just a couple of seconds ago. We met with the Selma Montgomery National Historical Trail officials, and they're starting to put emphasis on the Dallas County Voters League. But what I would say is that the Dallas County Voters League was revived in 1956 by William Bunton and Sam Bunton, and it only up to the point my grandfather became president, Dallas County Voters League only had 200 members. And up under the leadership of FD Reese, it grew to over 2,000 members. So that's why this particular episode is named from 100 to 2,000.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, you're 100% right. That's why we named that. And we kind of want to go with this title because we also want to show you, man, that from 100, if you have a vision, no matter what the results is at the different particular times in your journey, as long as you keep doing the work, that vision will come to pass, man. And with the people of Selma, man, it was the resilience that they had in getting the job done was like no other. And we see it in the evidence of the historical things that city has done. And you can apply that to your life. Like you said, under Granddaddy's leadership, it grew to over 2,000. So you can apply that to any business, even if you're in school. If you're not getting the grades that you want, keep going, keep working, keep trying harder, and you'll get to that 2,000, like the people of Selma did. So we want to just touch on that. How pretty much when we met with the people, it's a funny thing. Every time we start talking about Granddad, the first 3 or 4 sentences they are wild, pretty much. And a lot of the things that we were touching, not only the national things, the national impact that Granddad had. When my brother was explaining, well, he under his leadership, SNCC came and SCLC, and he was the mediator between those two. So we all know the big picture with that. But also we was telling them those are I will coincide that with the 2,000 work. That is the work of the 2,000. And when I say that because it's the big work, that's the 2,000. So everybody know about the Bloody Sundays, the Selma Montgomery marches, and the Dr. King coming to Selma, January the 2nd, 1965. They know that, right? But what intrigued those people was more of the 100 work that we were saying. When we said, well, Granddaddy was instrumental in getting the prefix in the phone book in front of the African-American names. He was also instrumental in integrating the doctor's office, things of that nature. He was the reason the first black sheriff, first black police chief. And let's be honest, he was campaign manager on the first black mayor, Mayor James Perkins, who is still the mayor today, but it's his second term. But that's the 100.
Angela's third term.
Oh yeah, because the first time he went 2 terms.
8 years.
Yeah,
that's right.
Now he on the third term. So yeah, that's some of the 100 work that Granddad and a lot of times you don't have the privilege of being in the 100 and the 2000. Most people you either or. You get the big, you do the big work and you're known for that, or you do the small work and you're known for that.
That's right.
But Granddad was known for the 100 and the 2000.
That's right.
And so we just like to put some respect on his name with that, but also kind of apply these to your life today. Every week we come, man, we want you to apply these stories and these principles to your life.
You got to look at FD Reese, man. FD Reese was a master leader. He hit all spectrums of being a great leader.
Mm-hmm.
He articulated himself well. He was a great listener.
Facts.
You get what I'm saying? Those two things you have to have when you talk about leadership. You can't always be right, and you can't always be talking. You know what I'm saying? You have to be able to listen and be able to articulate back what a person says to you, but also tell them in a way that you agree or disagree in a way that they can still respect you.
Right.
And see, when you do that, you tend to draw people near. And that's what we can say about FD Reese. You know, a lot of times when we hear people talk about FD, they'll say, man, your brother know he can listen, he'll look you straight in the eyes.
Facts.
And he'll let you finish your sentence.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so that, when we look at FD Reese, that was a great part of his life that I believe that helped him as a leader. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know.
That's facts, man. That's facts. He was like you said, he was the master leader, the master leader. That's everybody right. That know him, that came in contact with him. Remember, we went to Laney's barbecue, man. It's one of the great restaurants.
Appreciate the free cake y'all gave me too.
We went there, man, and I can't remember the number, but one of the guys that's employed there, the lady said, you know who those are? Reverend Reese's grandsons. It's like he lit up. Like, oh, y'all Reverend Reese's grandsons?
He came from behind the counter.
Let me tell you something about Reverend Reese. He was the only man that he was his math teacher. And he said he was the only, he would never forget Granddad had taught him all the way, the numbers like million, billion, trillion, all the way up. So 20 zeros.
That's right.
Right. And he knew it.
Mm-hmm.
And he said he was in a room one day with like 100 people. And he got up and spoke, and Granddad was in there, and he asked, how many people know what this number is? And the only person knew was him and Granddad. And he looked at bad Granddad and said, Granddad was smiling. And so that's another part of the 100 is what I'm saying about Granddaddy. Right. The small things that he done leave a big impact on people. You know what I'm saying? So he left a small impact, big impact on people and the nation.
Well, you gotta understand this, his occupation, I think, was a big reason why he was able to grab so many people when he became a leader, because being a teacher in the community, grabbing who? Their parents.
Right.
So you're grabbing their parents, so the parents respect you, you know, because you're teaching their child. But then when they sit down and have a conversation with FD Reese, they're like, man, this man really touched me.
Right.
So by being a teacher in the community, that kind of allowed for him to put his hands on different types of people, that a person who own their own business or, you know what I'm saying, any other occupation. You get what I'm saying?
Right. That's right.
Because we got to remember, at that time, educators were looked upon like we look at actors and rappers and
that's prestige.
That's prestige in the community. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
that's facts, man. And so yeah, it's still mind-boggling, man, when we hear things like that. Everywhere you go, and you know, everyone has an FD Reese story, man. And
that's right.
Anywhere we go in Selma, they have an FD Reese story, and it's crazy. It's like, man, that he lived 9 lives in one life.
When did he sleep?
Wow, it's crazy. So let's go on to the hot topic. I know we got 2 of them today. What's time at 7? Yeah. going to the hot topic now. We'll go on yours first.
Yeah, we go on mine. Yeah.
I'll let you go ahead. We ain't got no picture of it, but I'll let you go ahead and go.
Well, my hot topic is a lot of people in the ministry was talking about the sermon. Dr. Creflo Dollar spoke on about tithing the other day, and it kind of rocked the Christian world, and a lot of pastors and preachers were disappointed, I must say, at Creflo Dollar with his doctrine or his understanding of the word behind tithes.
Okay.
So my top topics are always not popular, but it's education.
Yeah,
would it? What I would say is that I agree 100% with Pastor Dollar.
Okay.
Now, some things I disagree with Pastor Dollar.
Okay.
But when he talks about the word of grace and the law of Moses, and the difference between the two, why is it that everything else, Christ said he came to fulfill the law, but everything else changed except tithe?
Okay.
Everything else, still kill, lie, all that, and the law. If I'm of grace, why is it that I'm not of grace with tithe and I can't grow into tithe? You get what I'm saying?
I got you.
What they'll say, if you don't tithe, you curse with a curse. But sometimes, why should I be scared into tithe? But I'm not scared into having a personal relationship with the Most High God. Yahweh Shai, I like to say. We say also known as Jesus or Yahshua. You know what I'm saying? So my point in this, I think sometimes when we teach tithing to young Christians, young people who are coming and they are joining this we could say religion or accepting Christ as their Lord and Savior. When we teach that, sometimes they can be scared and fall away. I don't have my 10%. I'm cursed now. Right. I'm cursed. Right. But you're telling me, God, that Christ is love, and Christ, he gave his life on the cross for all of that. You get what I'm saying? And sometimes it can lead young people or young believers into depression.
That's real, man.
Because they feel like, oh, I'm trying to take a step into knowing the Most High God. But then as soon as I get there, if I'd have made $1,000 in the month and I don't have my $100 plus an offering, I'm cursed with a curse. Right. I'm melancholy. Right. You get what I'm saying? So what Creflo was saying is that it's about your relationship, your personal relationship with the Most High. Because last time when I checked the word said tithe with your money, time, and treasure. Your money, your time, and your talent.
Your talent, that's right.
You get what I'm saying? But we don't worry about the talent and the time. We want the money. Right. You get what I'm saying? And if I don't get the money, I'm cursed. How is that?
That's facts, man.
And some people was against Creflo, but I agree with him. I really think Creflo took his time and really dug into
So what were majority of the disagreements? How his personal view of it, like that was the disagreement came. Were they agreeing with him with like your stance of saying time, treasure, and talent, or are they saying no? You still supposed to, even though it's grace on these areas, it's still under law.
It's no law that you got to tithe the 10%. Still got to tithe. It don't matter. And then what happens is, what we do, if we don't pay our tithe, something happens. See, you pay your tithe.
Okay.
But sometimes I can pay my tithe and some still happens.
I got you.
So what's this routine?
Right. I see what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying. So you're saying like how they say, oh, your hot water tank go out, you didn't pay your tithe. They try to make you feel guilty. I got you.
Guilt.
I got you.
But that goes against.
I got you.
Believing and having a relationship with God because it's baby steps. You get what I'm saying? So if you get a person who's a young believer stepping there, and because they ain't pay their tithes, then hot water tank go out, see your house cursed.
Right.
Because you didn't pay your tithe. But you can be doing everything else right.
Right. And on the flip side, what about if you paying your tithes?
And you go out. So what's the issue now?
If you paying your tithes, and then everything else is you doing wrong in your life.
And we're doing wrong. So what is that?
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
I get it.
So I really feel like, and what I'm saying is that they can bring a person or people to go against and walk away from the body. You get what I'm saying? Because what it seems like is that you want my money and nothing else. You don't care how I'm living.
Right.
But because I pay my tithes, God gonna bless. Right. That's not so.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? It's the whole relationship, bro. You know, it's a balance.
Correct.
Do what the Spirit has told you to do. If the Spirit has told you, if your tithes is $100, you can even put it in the church and go to that young person who you see sitting around the corner who God and told you, say, look, they need something in their pocket. For gas for the week, go give it to them.
Go get right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
We don't teach that.
Right.
Because we teach that bring it all to the storehouse.
Yeah, because I will say not to deviate, but it's kind of in the same box. How sometimes when the no disrespect, but the mothers and the elderly would talk about the women coming in church with stuff on, but in a sense they're right, but at the same time, it's your job to guide them.
So I had, you know, as minister of music, I had this situation one time. Had a young lady on the praise team, just came to church, got baptized, came to church, had sound in one scene, was in the choir, and the young lady wasn't really trying how to dress in church, and they looked bad upon her. What the mother should have done, and the elders in the church should have done, is put her to the side and love and talk to them. You get what I'm saying? So what I had to do, I had to explain to them and help them understand that in church you don't want to be a distraction. Right. You get what I'm saying? In love. Have a conversation. We don't want to have a conversation. We assume. See, the church today is not the same church in the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s.
That's facts, man.
It's not the same church now. Somewhere I wish it was, but our homes are not the same.
Right.
So that's why we can't go to church and be hard on the kids at church, because the homes are not the same. Because people don't discipline their kids, they don't raise their kids the same way as our parents and grandparents raised their kids.
Which I think some of the foundation needs to be the same. We know the world evolves, but I think if we kind of stick to some of those foundation, those concrete morals and principles, it's needed in every generation.
Well, bro, you gotta understand. I know I'm getting off topic.
No, come on.
Getting off topic, but it goes back to we traded in Sunday school books. We traded in teaching the kids and walking them through the Word of God and really spending time to educate them the Word of God at a young age where they can take on their Sunday school book and read on their own to their parents. We traded everything with great sound systems and camera.
Right.
We get in church and we talk about we need these Sunday schools for 300 kids that we got in church. We get up there and say we need $2 million for this sound system and for these new cameras.
That's right.
You get what I'm saying? Right. The church is different.
So the priorities are different.
The priorities of the church are all the way, bro.
Right. That's real.
That's why the kids suffer with depression. That's why they weak minded, because they're not taught the word in the church. We don't put emphasis on CLPs on them Sunday school books we used to get.
Yeah, we had to fill them
out.
We had to.
But it built strong-minded people.
Right.
Now what you got kids on? They in the service with their door. They can't understand the word.
Right. That's real. That's 100%, man.
So the church is we talking about tithing, but that home situation, I ain't gonna take too much time.
No, you good. You
know I go all day on that. That's why the black church is not the cornerstone of the black community no more. That's why the black community has been weakened, because our church is not what it used to be.
Wow, man.
That's
that's a good perspective. And you got to. A lot of us got to sit back and think, man. You know, is there some truth to that? Comments. Gina said, "Teach." She said, "The Reese brothers are the truth." We'll appreciate that. We'll appreciate it. But yeah, you're 100% right, man. I agree with you. Let's go to the next one. Now, you know what? Yeah, let's go to a break right quick, and we'll come back. We'll hit the next hot topic. we come back. Y'all stay tuned. Don't go nowhere. Please don't go nowhere.
I persuaded teachers for the first time to engage in a teachers' march. And so we agreed that we were going to march.
Nice.
First of all, serving notice on our nation. It's Dr. Frederick Douglass Reese.
We march. We march. We march.
He said, what shall we do? I said, we are going back. He said, yeah.
Welcome back to the Lineage Podcast. Mr. MJ Reese, Mr. Allen Reese. We thank y'all for joining us. You see what's going on. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, email us at lineagepodcast@gmail.com. We would love to have a guest. We would love for you to come and get a different perspective.
We're gonna start reaching out to people.
Yeah, we're gonna start reaching out, man. You know, a lot of times we be like, we don't want to bother them, but you know, then a lot of people like, man,
Yeah, we're trying to bother you.
yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we you know, we like to hear different perspectives, and that's good for the community, man, to hear different mindsets, different perspectives, and we can come to a median about the topic. Go ahead, bro.
I want some racist bigots to come on.
Oh, guy. You trying to go viral.
They won't come on here with me, man. They hide behind their little comments on YouTube and stuff. So I want them. I think that's the only way we as a nation gonna get healing and get to the point that we can really see each other's sides if we have the community, if we have the conversation with each other.
That's real, man.
It's like this, man. We stay in our lane on our little podcast, and then they stay on their little podcast.
Right.
Ain't nobody talking to each other.
Correct.
So I'm putting it out there. I told you, any children of the Confederacy, any children of the Dixiecrat, any children of slave masters and ownership, whatever, come holler at me, because look, I will let you get on the show and let you speak. But that's what it is. When we talk about right and wrong, we're not going to have your emotions. We're going to talk facts. Like Gino said, I talk Bible.
Right.
We talking facts, no emotion.
Right.
No emotion. But I want them on here, please.
Right. Speaking of facts and speaking of emotions, this next hot topic, man, is when I saw it, it kind of took me back, man. Like, what is going on here? I'm gonna put this up here. National Education Association Teachers Union proposed changing mother to birthing parent to be more inclusive to the LGBTQ community. Let me read that one more time, y'all. National Education Association Teachers Union proposed changing mother to birthing parent to be more inclusive to the LGBTQ community. Ridiculous is an understatement to me. You know, my brother has a certain opinion about this to say, you know, their ulterior motive to it. I'm just speechless. Where's the world coming to where to be inclusive to a particular community? You changing mother to birthing parent. So I don't know what will come next after that. If you change your mother, now we all know how we feel about mothers.
That's why they doing it. They didn't say fathers.
Well, why? Okay, why do you think they didn't say father? Because they come out, fathers, like dad always say, Father's Day is the lay down the restaurant.
Fathers are second tier. Don't nobody, you don't love nobody more than you love your mom.
So why not start second tier though? So you're saying
with the punch, knockout. I'm Mike Tyson.
Okay.
Why should I? The thing is this the crazy part about this is, I know we might get some hate behind it because in today's time we cannot talk about the LGBTQ community, and they feel like they cannot be corrected for nothing. You know
okay.
Okay, but the thing about this is, the same. This women have to learn this with heterosexual women.
Okay.
Like me.
Okay.
They are the ones who accepted the LGBTQ community. Okay? It was a time when the mothers accepted and the fathers was like, no, you're not going there. When mothers said, no, it was the women who said, no, give them an opportunity. They deserve to be in this world and be open with themselves like everyone else. It was the mothers who did it, the women. Now, what has happened? They have turned their back on the people who accepted them and fought for them and had the rights they had.
Oh, okay. Hold on, wait. I get, because when we talked about it before, okay, now I see what you're saying. So you're saying the person that accepted them the most, when let's say majority of the people didn't really accept them.
80s, 90s, early 90s.
Right.
They didn't, the majority of people didn't accept it, but who was it who accepted them?
And the mothers.
The mothers accepted them.
Got you.
In the home, when the father agreed, the mother said,
I agree to that. I agree to that because more fathers was like, The mothers, they kind of,
yeah. Say, that's how I bathe.
Right. My child, regardless.
Most time they used to say, my daddy hates me.
Right. That's right. So that was big. So now you're saying that now the community is turning their back on the person that had their back the most. By stripping that title, mother.
Because I ain't got to take the father's second tier. And they know we go to the best for our mother.
So if mother is gonna be birthing parent, what the father gonna be?
He's still father. They don't care. Don't care about
that.
You
said, okay, so it's gonna be birthing parent and father.
That's it. Because they know that, okay, you can't have two fathers. And let's be honest, and I could be wrong on this, but I believe that the lesbian woman really don't care because they're still mother.
But I'm saying, wouldn't she care?
No, they're still mother.
But now it's gonna let's just say hypothetically in a 2-woman household, both of them will be called birthing parent.
Both of them will be called birthing parent.
God,
they're gonna have that child call them mothers if it's a woman, but it's the men who don't want to be called two fathers because they feel like that it's not feminine to be called father. Where is the caring side?
Gotcha.
Where's the caring? Where's the feminine side? Where is the loving side, the nurturing side?
Right.
If they call them dad is not the right thing to do. It's not no feminine in it.
Right.
It's no caring.
Gotcha.
So I need to change that I need to go after that number.
Right.
Because I want to be known as the feminine parent. I want to be known as the nurturer. So I go against the woman who introduced me to the world and allowed for me to be accepted. I go after that title.
Good God Almighty. Now you can go wherever you want to go, but I will say this. Now, a lot of times I'm all about men and room for the men. I am team man, and I always take the man's side. In this case, I am all on women's side. That is ridiculous.
Well, let's say this. This is why you never gamble with wordplay. Let me tell you why.
Okay.
This is what happens, bro. women have always, and I'm being real, I'm gonna get some flack for this, but I'm gonna say this.
Man, come on, come
When
on.
it came to marriage, women do not like for that word to say submit. They want to change that word submit all day. Take it out. But
Yeah, because when you say submit, they clean.
They clean. Take it out. Take it out. So now, look what's happening. Wordplay. Now the wordplay is going against them. So that's why you don't mess with wordplay, bro. You don't mess with it. You don't change it. Now, what can they say to them? Oh, we want to change the wordplay because we don't like that. We don't like how that make us feel. Forget if it's right or not, but it's how I feel. I don't like to be told submit to your husband. It does not feel right. I feel like that I'm a slave. You know, remember that they said that I'm not a slave. I'm submit to who? I just submit to God. Well, God told you to submit to.
Right.
But now, when it comes to the LGBTQ community, who you have accepted, who you introduced to the world, who you said this is right for us to do, now they going back and playing the same game you playing. How does it feel?
Tough, man.
How does it feel, bro?
That's tough.
See, I'm gonna get some crap for this, but when you sit back, take your emotions out of it, think about what I just said. This is why right is right, wrong is wrong.
That's right.
Take your emotions on how it feels out, because you never know how you feeling. Your feelings could be wrong, and if someone used that same game plan against you, now you looking like, well, that's one they trying to mess with mothers, but you messing with me. You made it seem like it was so wrong for the word to say submit to your husband. You made the woman who did that. Y'all made her feel bad like she was a slave because we said submit to her. That's real, man. So they said find another word for that. I don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna take away the word mothers. See, us fathers just sitting back, hey, welcome to our world.
Welcome to the party. Yeah, hey man, that's I don't know, man.
But let me tell you, I disagree with it.
Right.
Wholeheartedly, I disagree with it. Leave it alone.
Right.
I'm gonna go to the bats for the mothers. Leave it alone. The LGBTQ community does not need to help change the word for mothers to birth parents. But see, black folks can learn something about this. The LGBTQ community is not nearby as big as black people. What they do, they put their money in lobbies. They pay them people, the senators and the representatives, to change laws, give them kickbacks. That's why these laws can come up, these crazy laws can come up so fast. But guess what? When you talk to black folks about lobbying, oh no.
Right.
Jesus won't talk to me.
Right.
God won't talk to me.
Right.
But guess what? The LGBTQ community, they know what to do to get stuff done.
They're making strides, bro.
Come on, man.
They are making strides.
Even if it's wrong, they know how to handle business now.
We good God Almighty. I agree with you. I didn't think about it from that perspective. I just feel like you trying to change the word mother. I mean, good God.
How disrespectful. My Stephen A. voice.
Yeah, just
so disrespectful.
That's disrespectful, man. I don't see. I don't know, man. As you can see, I'm speechless because I never saw that coming. Now they would have a father, I would expect that.
Why go out the father? They ain't got to go. They demeanor us, they tear us down, they say we nothings all the time. We get grouped with the bad ones. They're doing better now. Now I would say in my household, in my circle, I've never seen us. Now all the women that I know, they do the fathers right. My wife do me right for Father's Day. I know my mother-in-law do my father-in-law right, and I know my mama do my dad right. I seen Charlene do you right. I've never seen the lack of on Father's Day. Right. But I'm talking about corporately.
Right.
Talking about corporately. We go to church, we got to hear about the bad fathers. There's no sermons out there about the good fathers that's taking care of business.
That's right.
So why go after the fathers?
That's right.
The fathers, the mothers you go after, because guess what? They don't share the weak link mothers. You don't never hear on Mother's Day, take care of your kids. I know some terrible mothers. Know some. Would observe their kids.
Right.
But you ain't gonna talk about them.
Right. That's true. That's facts, man.
True.
We're speaking facts today. You speaking 100% facts. Yeah, man. So that, yeah, like I said, that got me, man. That good God Almighty, you trying to take away the mothers. You trying to take away. I mean, it just won't feel right calling. I don't care what law change. I'm all call my mama. I don't care what they do. Now, this is the time in the show where I do the same thing every week. Well, I have to show you what's going on. First, let me put this up here. If you do not have this book,
Get it.
right here. Get this book, Selma Self-Sacrifice. If you do not have that book, you need that book in your collection. Trust me, you need this book. Get it now. This is a story like no other. Like no other.
Yeah, hold on.
Go ahead.
Go back. In the stage, you said that father is being referenced as non-birthing parent. That don't hurt my feelings. I ain't birthing.
We been
Reference
as non-birthing parent.
Yeah.
I ain't birthing.
They don't do nothing.
It's
It
just
doesn't
like,
hurt our feelings because, okay,
yeah, we didn't birth them.
Yeah.
yeah,
And
and we don't,
he don't have to be validated.
real men.
Nah, I'm fine.
But guess what? They took the mothers. They did something. Hey,
This might be Kim. This might be
Oh, yeah.
Charlotte Grace Kim effect.
it might
This
be.
the thing that say enough.
Yeah. I think the women should come out the woodworks. I really do. I really think they should come out the woodworks, man, and go against this. Now, I will say this. I'll wait for another time. But back to
nah, bro, say what you.
no, I was gonna say I will say, like the women are feeling about this, how they want it's an uproar and they want people to come to their defense, have their back as a mother, because it feels like it's taking away some of their identity.
Mm-hmm.
All I'm gonna say is, and I'll say this for another time, all I'm gonna say is, I want those same mothers fight to change the court system when it comes to child support.
Yep.
This is it. See, because what's gonna happen is you're gonna have some fathers that have been done wrong. They're not gonna come fight for you
They ain't gonna fight for them. They finna say good for you.
because of the short end of the stick that they've had to take. So it's like some fathers are saying, because I don't want to say their name, but it's a few fathers that I know that hit me up on this personally.
Okay.
And I ain't gonna say their name on here. One of them probably wouldn't care if me say their name. I ain't gonna say their name. But he said, I ain't know about it.
Yeah.
I ain't do it. Go ahead.
No, I'm listening.
My opinion, okay, I feel like they are striving for a genderless world.
That's true. Look at the birth certificate.
Therefore, more deception and confusion can occur.
Mm-hmm.
They even want the birth certificate to have no gender
That's right.
and let the children choose as they grow up. This is for real.
Yeah.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Serious.
That's right.
They going too far now. They going too far.
Ain't too far for your feelings, bro. They don't care about right and wrong.
Going too far with that.
But guess what? When we tell a child at a young age, just let them do what they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
When we tell them, oh baby, just tell me how you feel.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about right or wrong.
Right.
How you feel, or that's how they feel, let them be.
Right.
When we tell a child, we're just gonna let them find themselves.
Mm-hmm.
When we give a child that authority, this is what you get, bro.
Yeah.
You
That's
get
right.
grown-ups who go about how they feel.
Right.
Look at all this crime going on. Overly, I always tell my wife, we have all these overly emotional men.
That's right.
Don't nobody fight no more. You can't go nowhere. You can't tell nobody now they're gonna pull out their gun and shoot you.
Right. Right. That's a
You
fact.
can't tell nobody nothing because guess what? However I feel is my right.
Right.
I'm right. There's nobody wrong in my life. It's how I feel.
They had
Nobody else
right.
feels
They had
right.
honor.
Yeah.
Honor was more. Yeah, I'm gonna
Right.
fight. I'm gonna lose the fight. I'm gonna take the L and shake hands like a
That's
man.
what it
and
was.
you know what I'm saying?
Ain't no structure, boy,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
It's no structure.
But a lot of this got something to do with the power of the mother just over. You know, you gotta let daddy be in the life, man. Gotta let daddy be in the life. And a lot of times that's what it is. And that ain't all cases, because some of us fathers we got to step up too, because we don't be there like we supposed to. In the future, when people ask for birth certificates to make sure that they are dating a man or a woman, it's no way that they can know. That's true.
That's right.
That's true.
Yeah.
Ooh, they
ain't gonna know.
They
playing with fire.
They playing with fire because it's gonna be some real men mess around with me.
Mm-hmm.
And you talking about you a woman on your birth certificate. I don't know what it is.
What it is?
And then your license ain't gonna say the birth ticket. You gonna create a whole
world,
man.
MJ, this is seriously. Keep on sweeping it on the road.
Mm-hmm.
I'm willing to put my fight against racism down for this one. I tell the racist big, hey, we got something bigger to take care of. We'll get back to each other.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
We'll get back to
this enemy on the part and lost his mind.
Right. That's facts, man.
He done lost his mind.
Yeah, that's facts, man. They going too far, man. You taking mother for like how, bro? Man, you going too far, bro. You going too far, man. You going now, and then I will say this: I have nothing against the LGBTQ community. I promise you, because I know some great people, some of the nicest people I know. You're going too far.
Yeah,
you're going too
wrong on that one.
Going too
and
far.
It's okay to be wrong.
Yeah. Because it's like, you just going too far. I'll say that. Back to what we was at, because we can go on that all day. If you don't have this book, man, purchase this book, Selma, Self-Sacrifice. It is on Amazon right now. You can get it. It's a great price. Written by Mrs. Kathy Walters and none other than Reverend Dr. FD Reese. It's a great book. I must say, it was written well, and kudos to Miss Kathy and Granddad for putting that great piece of work together, man. I gotta give a shout out to that, because there's some things I didn't know about my own grandfather until I read the book. We read it before we published it.
That's right.
We had a table read kind of thing, and
we're gonna have Kathy on the show in the future.
Yeah, we got to have her. We got to have her on the show. Yeah, so go pick that book up. What we do every week. Hold on, do I have anything else that we want to touch on? Book a tour. It's on va.com.
It's none like it.
It's none like it.
I promise you.
Promise you, it's none like it. We pretty much gave a semi-tour yesterday for the official.
Hey, we gave a semi-tour to the people who submit the education to Congress.
Yeah.
And they were in awe.
Yeah.
They were speechless.
Yeah.
They were speechless.
Mm-hmm.
They couldn't believe when we broke down who FD Reese was, and like they said, we filled in the hole.
Yeah, they said that. Yeah,
we filled in the holes for them. Mm-hmm. You best believe, and we're gonna continue to fill. We coming for the truth.
We coming. Let's go and get into it now. I know most people have seen this picture. Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King to your left, and then Reverend Abernathy in the middle praying, and the man kneeling with the hat is Reverend Dr. FD Reese.
Yeah, I gotta say something about this picture. I ain't never seen them before.
Okay.
Look at all those people.
A
lot of those people were members of the Dallas County Voters.
That's facts.
This before Bloody Sunday, y'all. Until Bloody Sunday, that's when Dr. King called all over the nation for people to come.
Right.
Before March the 7th.
Right.
All them folks weren't there. Those were all people from Selma.
That's right.
Except Dr. King's principal advisors.
Correct.
All those folks up there, most of them are with the Dallas County Voters League, and some of them are members of Smith.
Facts.
These are the things we're talking about that they don't tell you about history. All those people, Dallas County Voters League. Put some respect on their name. Just like you know the SCLC, you know SNCC, you know the Dallas County Voters
League. And then one thing I will say that we're not doing that Granddad has been the quote unquote victim of is to overlook important people, whether they play a major role or a small role. Every role was significant. And so on me and bro journey, that's not what we're going to do. So we are going to give shine and credit on the Dallas County Voters League, on the Courageous Eight, on JL Chestnut,
and some people who want a Courageous Eight,
right,
who was in the Dallas County Voters League, Reverend Galloway,
we gonna
Reverend L.L. Anderson.
Yes, sir.
These people you need to know, man.
Right. We gonna give them credit, because what happened, and I'm gonna say this. I'm just gonna say it and be honest.
Say it.
Great, outside of everyone in Selma, my granddad has the biggest story. Let's just say it, man. Let's just say it. And so if he is overlooked, then everyone else who contributed to it, whose role wasn't as significant as his, is automatically going to be overlooked.
That's right.
So what we're doing is we're not going to let what happened to Granddaddy
happen to
everybody else.
That's
we're
right.
not going to do it. As long as we got breath in our body, and see, all of this is documented. So if we pass away today, you'll see it. You're going to see it. So yeah, bro, you're right about that. This is another picture. Reverend Dr. FD Reese all the way to the left. This is the high priest standing next to him, right? And Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King next to him, and Reverend Abernathy next to him. Behind is Mr. Fred Shuttlesworth back there.
And another thing about this picture that a lot of people don't know, that was Reverend Reed, right?
Reed.
Who passed. Guess what? Even after Jimmy Lee Jackson got killed, you didn't have them folk on the cell. I agree sometimes it takes that a white person has something happen to them for people to take notice.
That's right.
And that's not right.
That's right. James Reed, he got killed in Selma. He was helping people with Bloody Sunday. He was going to get something to eat.
That's right.
Going to get something to eat to a restaurant and got killed. Not by African American.
Oh no.
I just want to let y'all know that.
Yeah.
Not by African Americans. He was killed by his own brothers.
That's right.
People who look like him. Let me not say brothers.
Yeah.
The people who look like him, that's who killed him, not African Americans. Let that man.
But when Jimmy Lee Jackson got killed, we didn't have all that.
We didn't have.
And let's be real. They talk about Bloody Sunday. The reason Bloody Sunday was even thought of is because when Jimmy Lee Jackson got killed in Marion, Alabama, that's when they started talking about marching from Selma to Montgomery.
That's right.
I don't care what other folks have told you. Whatever they have told you is a lie.
Right.
The truth is, when Jimmy Lee Jackson got killed in Marion, Alabama, protecting his mother in a diner.
That's right.
After he got killed is when they said, let's march from Selma to Montgomery. And I'm going to give you another one. When they actually marched from Selma to Montgomery on March 21st, my granddaddy wanted to push a casket on the first leg of that to represent the killing and the people who have died trying to fight for us to have a simple, to exercise a simple thing as having the right to vote.
Right. But so, they disagree. I think they said Granddad. Yeah, they said Granddad going too far with that.
Going too far with
but you see, he was in memory of the people who lost their lives.
That's right.
You know, Granddad was all about the cause. You know, and if the front line was overshadowed by a casket, so be it.
Oh well.
You know, it's about the statement. But yeah, they said he was too radical.
Yeah, they didn't agree with him on that one. So, and you see what happens? Even though they disagree with FD, FD didn't say, "Oh, forget y'all. I'm not working with you." No,
right.
He's still working with them. They went on and marched with Montgomery.
Right.
Well, his black folks came with that.
That's right, man. That's right. Here's another matter of fact. Here's the picture of Bloody Sunday. Before they assembled the line, you see Reverend Dr. FD Reese, and you see Jose Williams right there in the middle, and you see the backpack with late John Lewis.
John Lewis, that's right.
John Lewis. Him and Jose Williams was in the front of the Bloody Sunday march, and Granddaddy. Well, Jose Williams is in charge of the logistics.
Jose Williams led that march.
Led the march, man.
He was in charge of the logistics. He was the leader of that march.
That's right.
The way that we leave Brown Chapel today, on every Jubilee, it's another thing they don't teach you even on Jubilee. When we leave Brown Chapel in the route that they take to walk across the bridge,
that is the route that Jose
Williams
that is right.
came up with.
That is right. The exact route.
Right.
They'll talk about that. Here's Brown, and speaking of Brown Chapel, here's Brown Chapel. Dr. Martin Luther King at the podium speaking. Granddad, Reverend Dr. FD Reese is in the middle pew. Cheyenne Webb is on the floor. Now, we all know that before King spoke, Granddad spoke. Man, I wish they kept some recordings.
They got some recordings now. NBC, CBS, they're gonna start releasing it. We just got to keep working. They got them.
We have the audio of Reverend King saying, Dr. King saying, I want to reiterate what Reverend Reese just said
about the killing.
That's right. So Granddad, more times than none, spoke before Granddad. You know how it is in church. You always get the person to introduce the pastor and all of that, So Granddad was probably the one get everybody riled up and everything. So this is Brown Chapel, and you know why Brown Chapel is Brown Chapel. We say it every week because that's the only church that called Granddaddy back to hold the mass meetings and break the injunction.
And guess what? The national trails.
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
National people did not know that. Come on, man.
Hey, man, we want to let y'all know from Selma. When they left us yesterday, they had notebook paper full of notes of the truth.
Ask Miss Johnson. She was done.
Ask Miss Johnson. They paper was full of notes.
Full of notes, man.
With the truth.
Full of notes.
Nothing but the truth.
Yeah. This is a famous picture. Y'all know this is actually Selma to Montgomery. The front line.
Avenue.
Yeah, Dexter Avenue. This is the front line. Granddad is the only one that was from Selma on this front line. He goes down the line. I think I remembered all of them, but I don't want to mess nothing up. But yeah, he goes down the line. In that folder contains the speech that Martin Luther King said to the people in Montgomery. How long, not long. That's a speech in Granddaddy's in that folder in his hand. Here's another picture here. I like this picture because it's color too. With them, I want to say this is the same day of Mr. James Reed's funeral.
That's right. That was on there with the Brown's child.
Yeah, right. And this the same
picture.
Same day. So man, we just like let me show y'all this though. This is the picture we show every week about it's the first Jubilee that they had. This is the first Jubilee. Now I want somebody to pay attention to this. And this is what I want to this is the last thing I'm gonna say. I'll let my brother close us out. This is a picture of the first Jubilee. Now wrap your mind around it, right? The picture of the first Jubilee. As you can see, they are coming in, shaking Granddaddy's hand, right? That means they had to come see the man in this city. So now why in the hell don't we honor Reverend Reese on the Jubilee like he's supposed to be honored? If on the first Jubilee, this is the first one, the first Jubilee, they had to come see him. Mrs. King, you see John Lewis there. So why don't Granddaddy get recognized on the Jubilee like that? It's just me. This just me. And I'm speaking personally. I go down every time we do that tour, and we go down at the bottom. I don't care who feel a certain way about this, and we go down to the bottom of that bridge, and we see those statues, and I do not see nothing about Reverend Reese down. It don't see the company. It don't make any sense. And I'm gonna tell you this: we're not the only ones that think that. No. Total strangers that we give tours to notice it. I want y'all to wrap this around your mind,
because we give them the story that is so much of the truth. Then you get to the bottom of the bridge, it's like, what happened?
What happened? We see faces. We see John Lewis, Amelia Boynton, Marie Foster. Cool. Jose Williams. Cool.
Joseph B. Larry.
We see that. We see statues. It's beautiful. I love it.
Yeah. To me, the whole Courageous 8 should be down there. First of all, let's be honest. It's a disgrace in Selma, Alabama that it's only 2 members of the Courageous 8 there. That's Amelia Boynton and Marie Foster. That's it. It's a total slap in the face of the leaders of self.
Right.
To not even have them there.
Right.
That's why I disagree with when they was trying to change the bridge.
Right. Slap in the face, man.
You know what I'm saying?
The audacity of you.
Mm-hmm.
The audacity to continue to look over the leaders of Selma and you don't know their name.
Right.
And the leaders who came to Selma didn't mention their name.
Didn't mention.
So it's our job to say, you didn't, man, I can say something.
Hey, man.
You didn't bump your head, basically.
Hey, man.
The audacity of you.
And
you know what I'm saying?
I don't get it. I don't get it, bro. I don't get it, man. I don't get it.
It's done by design. You know what I'm saying? And it's done by black folks.
Right.
You see, but one thing I love, I really wish they'd call me.
They not.
You know, I really wish the things that we say, and I know people say, man, y'all being blunt. Man, when we were being nice, we weren't getting nothing done.
Mm-hmm.
So we said one day, man, we got to be 50 Cent.
Mm-hmm.
When nobody paid attention to 50 Cent until he went up to Ja Rule. And everybody said, man, we got to pay attention to what does this guy say. As long as we were sitting around here being inclusive and being nice about it, just being inclusive with the story, no one gave a rat's behind for what we were saying, even though how much truth we were saying. But until we said, you know what, those leaders, John Lewis, they didn't tell the full truth. When they got the national stage, and CNN, Fox News, all them gave them the camera, and they told them what happened. Guess what? They didn't mention the name, but they did it privately. That's why we had a episode called Public but Private. So we said, you know what, this is our day. I don't care what names. I don't care if I say something bad about Martin King. I don't care if I say something bad about John Lewis. But guess what? You will not hear me say anything about it. That's a lie.
Right.
It will always be
the truth.
We're going to stand with the truth. We're going to always stand with your breastplate of righteousness. Stand with your loins girded about the truth. Stand with the breastplate of righteousness. Stand with your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace.
That's right.
And continue to stand on count out everything we have said and we have done. We continue to stand for what is right.
That's right, man.
And what is right is that FD Reese, the courageous 8, the Dallas County Voters League gets, they do great.
That's right. It should be something. It should be a building or something named the Courageous 8 building. It should be a building called the Dallas County Voters League. The Interpretive Center should be the Dallas County Voters League Interpretive Center. Something.
Right.
Something, bro.
Come on. That's right.
Some dog.
So the people who got something to say, you're gonna hear out their mouth until you sick and tired, and I don't care.
Yeah. Don't bother.
You know what I'm saying? And you know, no one comes with us. What it is, see, no one calls us. No, they probably, I know they talk about us behind our back.
They don't care.
But who cares?
Right.
I'm telling everybody, when you're doing something great, people gonna talk about you.
Right.
Haters gonna come out haters gonna put flesh on bones
and come talk about you. Don't worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
Continue to speak the truth, because what they won't do, they won't come up and fight the truth.
They won't. That's one thing they won't do. One thing they won't do.
They won't do it.
Facts. It's facts.
They won't come and say nothing to us about the truth because they know where it is they are to the truth. Because I like the way we said it. But if you would have been inclusive with your interviews,
No problem, man.
with your interviews and your time,
No
we
problem.
know how to do this.
No problem.
But guess what? Until then, we still taking the 50 Cent approach.
That's right.
We're gonna be a little controversial until, guess what, all the way up until they change the curriculum, until they give FD Reese his due credit. I don't care if he is dead, gone in the grave, but guess what? We still carry the name. So guess what? You still got to do.
Right. Got to deal with it. That's our time for today, man. We appreciate y'all joining with us. Like I said, if you want to be a guest on the Lineage Podcast, please email us we're going to reach out to some people, lineagepodcast@gmail.com. We appreciate y'all staying with you. You good?
What's that?
You good? Anything else you want to say?
Y'all like to say something?
Go ahead, bro.
I was about to say this. If you look at the title, 100 to 2000.
Put it back up there for you.
If you look at
That message, it means something. If you're an entrepreneur, and I'm speaking to my entrepreneurs right now, it don't matter how you start. FD Reese became a leader of an organization with less than 100 million, but grew it to 2,000. But guess what? I guarantee a lot of those 2,000 of people that grew with the Dallas County Voters League were people that he did not know. It was not family members who was in the Dallas County Voters League. It was not friends in the Dallas County Voters League. It was people, when they heard him speak, that said that I want to be a part of it. So I'm letting the entrepreneurs know, if you start a business and you feel like people in your inner circle is not with you, your friends are not with you, they don't support you like they should, keep moving. Keep doing what was put on your heart to do, because it's the people who don't know you. They don't know what high school you went to. They don't know what family you were part of, but they like what you're doing, and they're going to attach themselves to you. So I want to encourage you to keep moving forward, because if you keep moving forward and you keep going through the night, they're going to break on your business. Your business will be prosperous, but guess what? When your business becomes prosperous, turn around and reach back and grab the person who was in the same place you was in 3 or 4 years ago. That's all I got to say.
We appreciate y'all. We'll see y'all next week. Peace.
And I persuaded teachers for the first time to engage in a teachers' march. And so we agreed that we were going to march.
Nice.
First of all, serving notice on our nation. It's Dr. Frederick Douglass Reese.
We march. We march. We march.
He said, what shall we do? I said, we are going back. He said,